Words are more powerful than weapons. They heal, provoke, enlighten, and sometimes they start revolutions. Today, we unfold the stories of 10 Indian writers who not only shaped literature but also touched millions of lives through their ink. From freedom fighters to cultural icons, each one has a story worth remembering. In the heart of 19th century Bengal, in a mansion at Jorasanko, a boy was born into the illustrious Tagore family on May 7, 1861. That boy, Rabindranath, grew to become India's first Nobel laureate and one of the greatest minds the country ever produced. His father, Rabindranath Tagore, a devout Brahmo reformer, nurtured a home where spirituality met scholarship. Nicknamed Kavi Guru, Tagore was more than a poet. He was a composer, painter, and philosopher. His magnum opus Gitanjali earned him the Nobel Prize in 1913. He renounced his British knighthood after the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, standing as a voice of conscience. He founded Visva Bharati University in Shantiniketan, an institution that would promote holistic learning. He passed away on August 7, 1941, but his songs, India's Jana Gana Mana and Bangladesh's Amar Sona Bangla, still echo across nations. Let your life lightly dance on the edges of time like dew on the tip of a leaf. You can't cross the sea merely by standing and staring at the water. Rasipuram Krishnaswamy Iyer Narayana Swamy was born in Madras on October 10, 1906. He was raised in a conservative Tamil Brahmin family and spent much of his childhood reading and daydreaming in his father's library. A quiet boy, he would grow up to bring India's fictional town of Malgudi to life, a universe of charm, simplicity and wit. His brother R.K. Laxman, the famed cartoonist, often drew inspiration from Narayan's characters. Narayan's bestsellers Malgudi Days and The Guide are now household names. Despite being nominated several times, he never won the Nobel Prize, but his contribution was recognized with the Padma Vibhushan. He passed away on May 13, 2001. But Malgudi lives on. Life is about making right things and going on. The strength of a story lies in its simplicity. Born on June 19, 1947, in Bombay, Ahmed Salman Rushdie grew up in a liberal, upper-class Muslim family of Kashmiri descent. His father, a Cambridge-educated lawyer, encouraged a Western-style education. Rushdie's Midnight's Children won the Booker Prize in 1981 and the Booker of Bookers twice over. But it was the satanic verses that cast a shadow, earning a fatwa from Iran's Ayatollah Khomeini and forcing Rushdie into hiding for years. Despite threats, Rushdie remained vocal for free speech. His fearless pen earned him the Pen Pinter Prize and global acclaim. A poet's work is to name the unnameable. What is freedom of expression? Without the freedom to offend, it ceases to exist. Born on November 24, 1961, in Shillong, to Mary Roy, a fiery women's rights activist, Arundhati grew up amidst rebellion. Her parents' interfaith marriage ended early, and she was raised by her mother in Kerala. Before becoming a novelist, Arundhati studied architecture and appeared in films. But in 1997, she burst onto the global stage with The God of Small Things, making her the first Indian woman to win the Booker Prize. Fiercely political, Roy rejected awards and condemned injustice wherever she saw it. She's been called both a literary genius and a radical provocateur. There's really no such thing as the voiceless. There are only the deliberately silenced. Another world is not only possible, she is on her way. Born in New Delhi on April 22, 1974, to a Punjabi family, Bhagat's early life was full of discipline and ambition. His father was an army officer, his mother a government worker. A product of IIT Delhi and EM Ahmedabad, he seemed destined for corporate success. But Bhagat found his voice in storytelling. 5 Point Someone tapped into India's youth like never before. His semi-autobiographical tales were funny, dramatic and relatable, and Bollywood took notice. Bhagat became a cultural phenomenon, bridging the gap between serious literature and mass appeal. Don't be serious, be sincere. Be so busy improving yourself that you have no time to criticize others. Born on February 2, 1915, in Hadali, now in Pakistan, Khushwant Singh came from a wealthy Sikh family. Educated at King's College London, he worked as a lawyer, diplomat and journalist. He wrote with fearless honesty, whether it was about religion, sex or politics. Trained to Pakistan, based on partition, remains his most heart-wrenching work. Singh edited the Illustrated Weekly of India, turning it into a must-read. Known for his wit and self-deprecating humor, he described himself as a dirty old man. He died on March 20, 2014, aged 99. A good human being does not need religion. The greatest gift you can give someone is your own happiness. Ruskin Bond was born on May 19, 1934, in Kasauli to British parents. After his father's death during World War II, he was raised by his grandmother in Dehradun. His first novel, The Room on the Roof, was published when he was just 17 and won the John Llewellyn Rhys Prize. Bond's writing celebrates nature, nostalgia, and the innocence of childhood. Living in Missouri, he's a recluse yet beloved across generations. Nicknamed India's Wordsworth, his stories are rooted in India's hills and heart. To be able to laugh and to be merciful are the only things that make man better than the beast. Live close to nature and you'll never feel lonely. Nilanjana Sudeshna Lahiri, better known as Jhumpa, was born on July 11, 1967, in London to Bengali immigrants. She was raised in the United States, but struggled with cultural identity, something that shaped her literary voice. Her debut, Interpreter of Maladies, won the Pulitzer Prize. The namesake explored immigrant alienation and was adapted into a film by Meera Nair. Lahiri now writes in Italian and teaches creative writing at Princeton University. That's the thing about books. They let you travel without moving your feet. The best journeys answer questions you didn't think to ask. Born on August 31, 1919, in Gujranwala, now in Pakistan, Amrita lost her mother young and turned to poetry for solace. Her father, a spiritual poet, deeply influenced her. She wrote over 100 books, including Pinjar, which dealt with partition and women's trauma. But it was her poem Aj Akhan Waris Shanu that turned her into a legend. Her personal life, especially her unrequited love for Sahir Ludhianvi, became the stuff of folklore. She passed away on October 31, 2005. Maintainu fir milangi. I will meet you again. Love is not a relationship, it's an occupation. Born on June 27, 1838, in Nihati, Bengal, Bankim Chandra was one of the first graduates of the University of Calcutta and later became a deputy magistrate. His novel, Anandamath, introduced Vande Mataram, which became the mantra of Indian freedom fighters. A staunch nationalist, he fused literature with political awakening. He passed away on April 8, 1894, but not before planting the seeds of rebellion in every reader's heart. Quotes, Vande Mataram, religion is the basis of the life of a nation. From mystic poets to modern rebels, Indian writers have carved a place in world literature with emotion, intellect, and courage. Which writer inspired you the most? Tell us in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe to Speeches End Stories for more literary legends brought to life.